Hello, everyone. Welcome to South Kingstown High School with a matchup between the South Kingstown Rebels and the Classical Purples. It's going to be an interesting matchup today. It's the first away game for Classical after a nice performance. The first game in a nice big victory, 71-30. This is South Kingstown's first home game today. And for South Kingstown, you got a older group but not a lot of experience on the squad. There are seven seniors for South Kingstown, with the Purples as 3 seniors for Classical. Classical is in purple tonight, and the South Kingstown Rebels will be in white. Some of the key players for tonight's game is going to be number 13, Aiden O'Connell, as well as number 2, Marcus Buchanan for Classical. On the other side for South Kingstown, you got Shane Jedson, who 2 years ago used to play for Bishop Hendricken High School, is going to be the key player for South Kingstown, as well as Aiden McGonigal for South Kingstown down low as the tallest player for South Kingstown at 6'4". And we will be doing the flag. So we'll be right back. So the starting lineup for Classical is number 23, Evanson St. Frank, number 2, Marcus Buchanan, number 24, Alexis Delajus, and number 5, Edward Fitzpatrick, and number 3, Stanley Ure. And then for the Rebels, number 1, Shane Jedson, number 10, Lavelle Shepard, number 13, Nathan Tyler Robinson, number 20, Aiden McGonigal, and number 22, Xavier Hazard. For South Kingstown, it is a smaller bunch, with the tallest being 6'4" and McGonigal. For the Rebels, you got two seniors starting for the Rebels, with three juniors. With Classical, it's mostly a junior bunch with 2 seniors in Stanley Ure and Edward Fitzpatrick. You got Aiden McGonigal for the Rebels on the tip, and number 23, Evanson St. Frank for Classical. McGonigal wins the tip. Shane Jedson leading the ball, passing to Lavelle Shepard. Lavelle Shepard to Tyler Robinson. Tyler Robinson back to Shepard. McGonigal with the pick. Shepard with the ball again, looking for movement, giving it over to Hazard. Another pick by McGonigal, giving it to Shane Jedson. Shane Jedson for the jump shot, contested, no good. Buchanan leading up the court, giving it to St. Frank, and there's going to be a foul. It's going to be a first foul for Shane Jedson. Evanson St. Frank is at the free throw line. St. Frank's first free throw is no good. Here comes his second. His second free throw is good. Hazard inbounding it to Jedson. Jedson leading up the court a little bit. Going to look to find who's open. Looking for the pick from McGonigal. McGonigal doesn't give it to him. Hazard now with the ball. Picked by McGonigal, giving it down low to McGonigal. McGonigal, nice pass inside to Shane Jedson for the easy layup. Now for the Purples, Edward Fitzpatrick with the ball, giving it off to Buchanan. Back to Fitzpatrick, giving it off to Delajus. Turnover, has going right to the rack. No good, rebound. Giving it to Tyler Robinson. Tyler Robinson to Jedson. Jedson giving it, going right to the hoop. And it's good. Another basket for Shane Jedson. He's already got 4 on the board. Buchanan now is going to lead it up the court for Classical. Giving it to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick to Ure. Ure giving it back to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick to Ure. Back to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick for 3. Off the mark. Rebound McGonigal. McGonigal to Jedson. Jedson leading it up the court. Jedson with the ball again. Guarded by Fitzpatrick. Giving it to Shepard. Shepard now with the ball. Nice pick by McGonigal. Trying to give him more space. Shepard going jump shot. Contested jump shot. Tough shot. No good. Rebound Tyler Robinson after miscommunication by Classical. Giving it again to Shane Jedson for an easy layup. No good. Contested there by Classical. Buchanan now with the ball. Buchanan giving it to Ure. Ure giving it to Fitzpatrick underneath. Fitzpatrick giving it out to him. Buchanan for 3. Buchanan shot is no good. Rebound Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick giving to Ure. Just off the mark. Rebound by St. Frank. And then nice basket there by Alexis Delajus. Tyler Robinson now leading it up the court for the Rebels. Tyler Robinson to Jedson. McGonigal with the pick. Trying to give it down low to McGonigal. No sir by Classical. Shane Jedson giving it to Tyler Robinson. Tyler Robinson for the jump shot. No good. Rebound St. Frank. St. Frank giving it to Buchanan. Buchanan trying to set the charge. Looking for room and space. Trying to find someone open. Giving it to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick to Ure. Ure back to Fitzpatrick. Just goes over his head, and that's going to be a backcourt violation. Early on, you see a lot of miscommunication for Classical after a year off. Entering the game for the first time tonight, number 15, Declan Holy, substituting number 22, Xavier Hazard. Tyler Robinson inbounding it, giving to Jedson. Jedson's going to look for the pick from McGonigal. McGonigal's going to give it to him, trying to find space, giving it to Holy. Holy to Jedson again. Jedson looking for space, giving it to Tyler Robinson. Nice pick there by McGonigal. Tyler Robinson giving it to Shepard. Shepard to Holy. Giving it down low to McGonigal. McGonigal gets double team, passes it out. Three-pointer off the mark. Jedson with a missed rebound. Buchanan now with the ball. Buchanan setting the charge again, giving it to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick to Ure. Ure to Buchanan. Buchanan goes up for the layup. Contested by Shane Zedson. Rebound, Tyler Robinson. Tyler Robinson giving it to Holy. Holy trying to go fast, giving it to Shepard. Shepard back to Holy. Holy's going to give it to Tyler Robinson. Tyler Robinson's now going to try to set the charge, giving it back to Holy. Holy's going to get a pick from McGonigal, now to Shepard. Shepard is going to give it to Jedson, try to look for a good shot, giving it to McGonigal, back to Jedson. Jedson missed dribble. Nice defense by Buchanan. Jedson look for someone up. Timeout, South Kingstown. Good timeout. Good timeout there by Coach Herberman with Jedson in a little pickle there, trying to had charge of the ball. Good timeout there to get the ball back, and you don't have to look for a jump ball on that play. So far, a good start for South Kingstown. Nice, easy buckets by Shane Jedson so far. Early on, the defense for both teams has had a little miscommunication with guarding. A lot of easy buckets so far today, and then and a free throw shot by St. Frank earlier in the game. Interesting substitution there quickly, though, early on, bringing in Holy for Hazard. A little bit more height and length by about 2 inches, but quick substitution. Clock is going to be set at 2. Tyler Robinson to inbound, giving it to Jedson. Jedson's got to realize the shot clock. That's going to be a shot clock violation. Didn't realize the shot clock was at 2. Buchanan's going to lead it up the court. Taking charge here. Giving it to Ure. Ure trying to find space, trying to go down low. Doesn't go to Buchanan. Buchanan's on the other side. Pass to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick's going to try to go with a contested layup. No good. McGonigal with the rebound, giving it to Jedson. Jedson's now going to take the charge for the Rebels, going to give it to Tyler Robinson. Tyler Robinson's going to look for some space, now giving it to Holy. Pick there by McGonigal, giving it down low. Good defense there by Del Judas. Off of Hazard. Off of Shepard, my bad. And it's going to be Classical ball. Buchanan's going to inbound it for Classical. Let's see if they go with a contest here or if they just play it straight up. They play it straight up, giving it to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick now looking for some room, giving it to Del Judas. Giving it to St. Frank. Now Del Judas with a jump shot. Buchanan fighting for the rebound, passing it out to Ure. Ure for 3. Nice rebound there by St. Frank. Tyler Robinson now leading it up the court for South Kingstown. Giving it to Shepard. Shepard's going to dribble around for a bit, trying to find some space, room. McGonigal with the pick, giving it to Holy. Holy for 3, and it's good. Declan Holy from 3. Buchanan's going to bring it up the court for Classical, giving it to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick looking inside, can't find anybody, giving it to Del Judas. Ure loses the ball a little bit. Could have been a contested foul, but no call. Jedson now up, leading up the court for the Rebels. Jedson going right to the basket. Bounces off of Classical. South Kingstown ball. Hazard is coming in for Jedson. Good minutes there for Jedson. Good start for Jedson. Now bringing back Hazard. Tyler Robinson's going to inbound the ball. Giving it to Holy. Holy to Shepard. Shepard's going to take a 3-point shot just off the mark. Rebound Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick's going to go right to the rack. Yes, he does. Good defense there by Shepard, not trying to allow a foul, but they go right there. Tyler Robinson leading the charge now. Tyler Robinson to Shepard. Shepard to Holy. McGonigal is calling for the ball. Picked there by McGonigal. And it's a legal screen right there by McGonigal. And it's going to be classical ball. They're going to reset the clock. Buchanan now with the ball. Buchanan's going to pass it over to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick to Ure. Ure back to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick to Buchanan. Buchanan trying to go inside. Can't find anybody. Giving it over to St. Frank. Del Judas. Nice around the rack. And now Shepard with the ball. Holy now looking for some room. Giving it to Shepard. Shepard for three again. And this time it's good. 3-point shot by Shepard. Buchanan is now going to lead the charge for Classical. Steal by Shepard. Shepard's going to go right to the rack again. Contested there, but it's good. Nice job by Shepard going up with that. Buchanan now with the ball. 45 and counting down on the clock. Fitzpatrick with the ball. Fitzpatrick giving it inside. 23. Back to Del Judas. Del Judas for three. Off the mark. Rebound Shepard. South Kingstown's going to try to slow it down now. Shepard with the ball. Looks a little bit tired out there. He's going to give the ball to Tyler Robinson. Tyler Robinson sees the room, giving it back. Travel violation on Tyler Robinson. Classical ball. Fitzpatrick to inbound to Buchanan. Buchanan now giving it back to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick's going to try to go fast, giving it to Buchanan. Buchanan back to Fitzpatrick. Good coverage there. Ure now with the ball. Giving it to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick's going to go up. Jump shot, and it's no good. And that's the end of the first quarter. So far, a quick start for the Rebels, but then Classical gets back. Starts to get back in the game. Looks like we'll have some substitutions going into the second quarter. If you remember from 2 years ago, because last year was a COVID year, you had Herberman coach the girls' South Kingstown team. So it's an interesting change for South Kingstown having Herberman as the boys' coach. Not much has changed with his style of play. They're going a little bit faster with this team than the girls were going 2 years ago. And then for Classical, not much has changed. More of a junior group, so they'll be here next year as well. So Classical will have a lot of experience going into next season. And you got a ton of substitutions coming from South Kingstown. You got number 5, Jaden Esposito entering the game. Number 14, Cameron Holland. And then number 2, Lucas. Hello. And no substitutions for Classical. Fitzpatrick is going to be in. Fitzpatrick is going to lead it up the court, giving it to Buchanan. Buchanan leaning inside, giving it to Ure. Ure to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick back to Buchanan. Buchanan trying to look inside, giving it to Del Judas. Giving it back to Fitzpatrick, back to Buchanan. Buchanan to Ure. And it's going to be a traveling violation on Classical. Cameron Holland, who just checked into the game, is going to inbound it to Shane Jedson, who's going to try to lead the charge for South Kingstown as one of the more experienced group. Going right to the basket again for Jedson. Loses control of the ball, but gets it back up, and nice little jump shot there by Shane Jedson. Now Buchanan's going to lead it for Classical, giving it to Ure. Ure going right to the basket, and it's good. Nice movement there by Ure. Now Jedson's going to lead it up the court for South Kingstown, giving it to Lucas. Lucas to Jedson. Jedson gets the pick from Hazard, passing it to Lucas. Lucas to Jedson. Jedson's going right to the hoop, off the mark, and there's going to be a foul. Jedson's first free throw is no good. And for Classical, Isaiah Harrison is entering for Ure. Jedson's second free throw is good. Misses the first, but makes the second. Buchanan's going to lead it, giving it to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick to, and now Buchanan with the ball. Buchanan bounces it off of Hazard, Classical ball. Buchanan's going to inbound for Classical. Giving it to St. Frank, giving it back to Buchanan, back to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick for three, just off the mark. Rebound, Jedson. Jedson to Holland. Holland giving it up to Esposito, who just entered the game. Holland giving it to Jedson. Jedson's looking inside, going to look for the pick. He's going to go right to the rack. And it's good. Shane Jedson again for another layup. He's been doing a great job of going right to the hoop. Harrison now with the ball, giving it to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick giving it to Buchanan, back to Fitzpatrick. Del Judas tries to pass it there to St. Frank, out of bounds, South Kingstown basketball. Elijah Nyakun is entering the game for Alexis Del Judas. And number 3, Stanley Ure, is coming in the game as well. Esposito with the ball, giving it to Holland, bounces off his, giving it to, now back to Holland. Holland gets a pick from Hazard, looks inside, nope, giving it to Jedson. Jedson looking for space, can't find it, giving it to Holland. Holland fakes the, pumps it, giving it back to Jedson. Jedson pumps again, giving it to Holland. Holland looking for space, just shoots up a three-point shot just to get it off, gets the backboard. Now Buchanan's going to lead the charge for Classical. He can go right, he's going to go right to the basket and passing it off to him. And there's going to be a traveling violation on Classical, South Kingstown ball. Foul call by the ref was the pump. Trying to pump there. Now Jedson leading the charge for South Kingstown, slowing it down just a tad, giving it to Lucas. Lucas to Holland, Holland to Esposito. Esposito's going to look for some space. Nope, giving it to Lucas. Lucas giving it to Jedson. Jedson to Hazard, back to Lucas. And that's going to be a traveling violation. Classical ball. My bad, Luca. Luca is a sophomore, so doesn't have a ton of experience with the Rebels. Ure now with the ball. Giving it to Harrison. Harrison back to Ure. Ure for three. Just off the mark. Rebound Hazard. Hazard giving it to Luca. Luca to Hazard. Hazard going right inside, right to the bucket. And it's good. Xavier Hazard with the easy bucket. Buchanan's going to lead the charge for Classical. I'm going to find some easy buckets here. Giving it to Harrison. Harrison back to Buchanan. Buchanan to Array. Array passing it inside. Gets deflected by South Kingstown. Esposito with the save, giving it to Holland. Trying to slow it down is Herman. Luca now with the ball, giving it to Hazard. Hazard giving it to Luca. Luca gets the pick from Hazard. Now with Jetson with the ball. Jetson's going to look inside again. Can't find it, giving it to Luca. Luca's going to give the ball to Esposito. Esposito to Jetson. Jetson for 3, and it's good. Jetson for 3. Now Harrison with the ball, leading the charge for Classical. Giving it to Buchanan. Buchanan to Array. Array back to Buchanan. Buchanan giving it to Harrison. Harrison for 3 off the mark. Rebound Classical. Bouncing around again. Jetson fighting for it. Keeps it in bounds, giving it to Holland. Holland's going to go right to the back bucket, I think. And yes, he is going right to the bucket, but it's going to be a push-off and a travel. Aiden O'Connell is entering the game for Classical. And McGonigal and Tyler Robinson are both entering the game for South Kingstown. Entering it again. Harrison with the ball for Classical. Giving it to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick to O'Connell. O'Connell to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick trying to find space, giving it to O'Connell. O'Connell for 3, and it's good. Aiden O'Connell for 3 after he just entered the game for Classical. Tyler Robinson now with the ball. He's going to give it to Jetson. Jetson's going to look for the screen. Slow screen there, giving it to Tyler Robinson. Tyler Robinson pumps. No, sir. Going to dribble around. Going to give the ball to Shepard. Shepard's now with the ball. Gets the screen. Still does not have a lot of space. Almost loses it, but a jumper by Shepard. Just off the mark. Out of bounds. Classical basketball. Declan Hoy entering the game for South Kingstown, entering the game for Jedson. Harrison going to lead it up the court for Classical. Going to try to find some space here. Giving the ball to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick passing it off to Array. Array giving it back to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick trying to try to find some space. Jump hook there. Just off the mark. Keeps it inbounds, maybe. Nope, out of bounds. Close call there. Just hit the edge on the out of bounds because I got a perfect view of that spot. And it's going to be South Kingstown basketball. Foley giving it to Tyler Robinson. Tyler Robinson is going to lead it up the court. Tyler Robinson is going to give it to Esposito. Esposito to Shepard. Shepard back to Holy. Holy's going to try to find some space, give it an easy jumper. Now to Shepard. Shepard for a long 3 air ball. Harrison's going to go right to the back bucket. Nope, slows it down a little bit, giving it to Fitzpatrick back to him. Harrison, Del Judas. And now 3-pointer again, just off the mark for O'Connell. McGonigal rebound, almost a steal by Array, but Tyler Robinson controls it. Holy's going to go for 3, just off the mark. Rebound, Del Judas. Now Array going right to the basket, and he gets fouled. That's going to be 2 free throws for Array. A reach there by South Kingstown. Array is going to shoot his first free throw. His first free throw is good. That is the first time tonight where they have made the first free throw for both teams. Buchanan's going to check back in for Classical, and number 22, Hazard's going to check back in for South Kingstown. Now Array with his second free throw is good, makes both. Esposito to Tyler Robinson. Tyler Robinson's going to slow it down just a little bit, trying to milk that clock a little bit. Tyler Robinson almost gets double teamed there, now giving to Esposito. Esposito fighting off blocks, given to Shepard. Shepard again is going to take another 3-point shot. A lot of bad 3-point shots there. And Array is going to go right to the rack for a Classical for an easy bucket. Tyler Robinson's going to try to speed it up a little bit, and he's going to give it to Shepard. Now Shepard's going to slow it down, giving it to Hazard. Hazard's going to probably try to go right to the rack. Yes, he does. Just off the mark. Rebound, Array. Array's going to go right down to the loses control of the ball, and it's out of bounds. Nice bump there by Tyler Robinson trying to get in his way. St. Franc is entering the game again for Classical. There's going to be a timeout, South Kingstown. There's going to be 1 minute and 2 seconds left in the quarter, with South Kingstown leading 22-18. So far, second quarter has been about the same as the first quarter. South Kingstown still switching speeds on Classical so far today, going fast, going slow, doing an excellent job of keeping the speed up at a high level. Also confusing the Classical defense. Classical in this quarter has done a lot better job of getting right to the basket. Jedson is going to lead it up the court for the Rebels. Getting the pick by Hazard. Getting another pick. Giving it down low to Hazard. Steal by Buchanan. Buchanan giving it to Array. Array right to the basket. No good off the mark. Buchanan missed shot there. And it's going to be a foul on South Kingstown. Buchanan's got 2 free throws here for Classical. His first free throw is good again. And Esposito is going to check in for Jedson after that second foul for Jedson. Going to try to keep him limiting his fouls going into the next quarter. Second free throw is good. Shepard's going to inbound for the Rebels, giving it to Tyler Robinson. Tyler Robinson gets the pick for Hazard, looking for space. Shepard trying to move around, giving it to Shepard. Shepard's going to look for room, calm it down a little bit, giving to Holy. Holy to Esposito with a fake, going right to the basket, giving over to Tyler Robinson. Tyler Robinson to Shepard. Shepard off the mark, fighting for the ball there. Fitzpatrick comes down with it for Classical. Fitzpatrick's going to lead up the court for Classical. And Fitzpatrick is going to give it to Buchanan. Buchanan down low to Del Judas. Hazard with the rebound. Hazard's going to lead up the court for the Rebels, giving it to Shepard. And that's going to be a traveling violation on South Kingstown. Now 6.2 seconds left with South Kingstown up by 2. Fitzpatrick with the ball, giving it to Array. Array's got to get a quick shot up just off the mark, rebound by Hazard. And that's the end of the second quarter with South Kingstown up 22-20. And I just got an alert 21 minutes ago. The Rhode Island Rams beat LaSalle 73-60 as they covered the spread. Good job there by the University of Rhode Island, with Shepard leading the way with 25 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. just like, it's so much easier because they basically have everybody's playing the same. Because like last time I was like I can't, like I'll do this then. Because usually when you're right there, it's harder to go up and down.
It will be South Kingstown ball to start the second half.
Alrighty, starting the third quarter. South Kingstown is going to lead the charge here. Nathan Tyler Robinson giving it to Shepard, back to Tyler Robinson. Tyler Robinson's going to lead the charge. Nice pick by McGonigal, giving it to Shane Jedson. Shane Jedson looking inside. Fakes pumps, giving it to Shepard. My bad, giving it to Hazard. Hazard going right to the lane. No good, but it's a foul called. Hazard's going to go to the free throw line for two.
That's the foul by number 23, Emerson St. Croix. His first personal, team first of the second half. Xavier Hazard shooting two.
Hazard's first free throw is just off the mark, but he's got a second one to redeem himself here. Hazard's second free throw is just off the mark. Rebound by Del Judas. Now, St. Frank giving it to Del Judas. Buchanan to Ure. Ure giving it to Buchanan. Buchanan back to Ure. Ure to Buchanan. Buchanan's going to set it up, giving it to Del Judas underneath. Easy bucket there for Classical. Tyler Robinson giving it to Jedson, back to now Jedson with the ball, just passing it back and forth for South Kingstown. Now comes a little quote-unquote blitz there by Classical. McGonigal now with the ball, giving it to Tyler Robinson. Going to slow it down a little bit for South Kingstown. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. McGonigal with the pick for Tyler Robinson. Tyler Robinson to Jedson. And Jedson gets called for the travel. Alrighty. Array is going to inbound for Classical, giving the ball to Buchanan. Buchanan gets a steal there by Jedson. Jedson with the ball to McGonigal. McGonigal to goal to Tyler Robinson. Tyler Robinson to Jedson. Jedson to McGonigal. McGonigal for the jump shot just off the mark. Rebound Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick is going to go right to the rack. Nope. Gets stolen by Hazard. Now Shepard with the ball for the Rebels. Shepard's going to slow it down with 25 seconds left on the shot clock. McGonigal for the pick. Nope. And Tyler Robinson with the ball now. He's going to give it to Jedson. Jedson's going to try to look inside, giving it to Hazard. Hazard now with the ball, going to look for space, giving it to Jedson. Jedson for the missed layup there, and McGonigal with the miss. Buchanan now with the ball. Buchanan going right to the rack, stops, pumps, fakes for three, just off the mark, falls down. McGonigal rebound for the Rebels, giving it to Tyler Robinson. Tyler Robinson's now going to slow it down with 23 seconds left on the shot clock. Tie ball game at 22 apiece. Tyler Robinson going right into him. And that's going to be a blocking foul on Buchanan. Wasn't set. Tough call there for Buchanan. Unhappy with the call, but was not set. Close call there.
On the line, shooting two, number 13, Nathan Tyler Robinson.
Tyler Robinson's got two free throws. His first free throw is good. He's got a second one to Get them up by 2 points. And next one is good. Now Rebels up by 2. All right, Del Judas. Give me it to Buchanan. Buchanan to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick giving to Uray. Uray's going to give it to back to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick to Uray. Uray fakes the shot, giving it to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick going right inside. No good. Hazard rebound. Hazard to Tyler Robinson. Tyler Robinson. Can't find space, can't find a good shot. Giving it to Jedson. Jedson's going to go right to the hole. No good. Rebound Jedson. Jedson puts it back up again. No rebound. Blocked by Del Judas. Tyler Robinson with the ball, giving it to Shepard. Shepard trying to fake, giving it to Hazard. Hazard's going to look for space, going right to the rack. Just flings it out of bounds. Hits off of Del Judas. South Kingstown ball. Not so sure about that call, but hey, helps the Rebels. Let's go. Tyler Robinson inbounding for the Rebels. Trying to give it to Shepard, out of bounds, off of Del Judas again. And Rebels ball. Del Judas again not happy with the call. Certainly things not going his way the past 30 seconds. Tyler Robinson to inbound. Gonna give it to Jedson. Jedson's faking the three. He's gonna go right to the rack. Nope. Passing it out to Shepard. Shepard for three. Air ball. Classical ball. Rebels still up by 2. And substitutions for the Rebels. Number 5, Esposito is going to enter the game, as well as number 15, Declan Holy. Giving it to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick's going to lead it up the court. Looks like Rebels are going to play a little zone here. Uray with the ball. Pick there. Giving it to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick for 3 off the mark. McGonigal almost with the rebound, but lays it back up and in for Classical. All right, Jedson's going to lead the charge for the Rebels. Now a zone here by Classical. Tyler Robinson giving it to Holy. Quick pass there. Tyler Robinson's got to get it up the court. And that's going to be a steal by Fitzpatrick, and that's going to be a foul. Yep, that's going to be a foul on number 13, Tyler Robinson. Yep, tough call there for the Rebels, but hey, it is what it is. Good hustle play there by Tyler Robinson, but a little too aggressive on that play. Del Judas is going to inbound for Classical. Now Fitzpatrick with the ball, giving it to Uray. Uray giving it to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick to Del Judas. Del Judas with the layup. No good, but it's a foul on McGonigal. That's a tough foul there. If he doesn't touch him, the ball does not look like it's going in at all. So tough call there, but McGonigal just got to keep his hands up and just contest with his body, not with the hand leaking. Del Judas has got 2 free throws. His first free throw is just off the mark, but he's got a second one to take the lead. Del Judas' second free throw is good. Holy to inbound, giving it to Jedson. Jedson's going to lead the charge for the Rebels, giving it to Holy. Holy to Tyler Robinson. Tyler Robinson to Holy. Holy to Esposito. Esposito stops, giving it to Holy. Holy to Jedson. Jedson long 3 just off the mark. Uray with the rebound. Uray going right to the hoop. Nope. Passing it off to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick with the layup. Now Classical up by 3. South Kingstown's going to try to slow it down, but Classical is going to play zone. Holy to Esposito, but bad pass there. Buchanan now with the ball for Classical, going right to the rack, and that's going to be a blocking foul. That's a tough call. Tough call there for the Rebels. Just a little too handsy. And Luca's going to enter for Tyler Robinson. And And Holland's going to enter for McGonigal. So it's going to be a small lineup here for the Rebels with Classical starting to play the zone. Good idea by Herman. Array stolen by Esposito. Esposito's got to go right to the rack. With that, good job by Esposito, taking charge there. Down by one for the Resito. Down by one for the Rebels. Fitzpatrick's going to lead the charge. Fitzpatrick to Buchanan. Buchanan now passing it to St. Frank. St. Frank with the jump hook, and it's good. Rebels down by 3. Holland to Holy, back to Holy, back to Holland. Now Jedson with the ball, giving it to Holy. Deflected by Del Judas again. That is the third deflection by Del Judas today in the past 2 minutes. All right, just a reminder from the referees, keep those masks up. All righty. Jedson leading the charge for the Rebels. He's going to give it to Esposito. Esposito with the ball, giving it to Luca. Luca to Holy. Holy driving around, giving it to Esposito. Long three for Esposito. Just kind of throws it up, almost makes it. And that's going to be a foul underneath on Array. Jedson, nice fight there underneath. Good hustle play there. Classical coach not happy with the call, but did not have the best view on that call. All right, Jedson inbounds to Holy. Holy's going to try to go right to the rack, loses the ball, but it hits off of Del Judas again. That is the 4th or 5th time in the last 3 minutes it's hit off Del Judas. That is remarkable. Holland inbound. Holland is going to inbound, giving it to Jedson. Jedson passing it to Luca. Luca's going to do a jump hook, and it's good. Luca for a nice, easy. Del Judas loses the ball. Holland with the ball. Holland leading the charge for the Rebels. Esposito loses the ball. Buchanan is going to go right to Array. Array for 3, just off the mark. Rebound Holland. Holland to Luca. Luca to Holland. Now Jedson giving it to Esposito. Esposito wide range, just off the mark. Fitzpatrick going to go right down the court. Got to get a quick steal here, going right down the court. Blocked by Esposito. Classical ball. Hazard is going to enter for Jedson. And Buchanan's going to inbound for Classical. Buchanan to inbound. Going to give it to almost a steal by Purdue. Luca Purdue. Fitzpatrick for 3, just off the mark. Rebound Holland. Holland got to go quick, giving it to Luca Purdue. Purdue with the ball, giving it to Holland. Holland trying to find space. Jump hook going right to the basket. Just no cigar at all. Giving it to Purdue. Purdue with the travel. South Kingstown not happy with the call, but hey, it is what it is in basketball. You're not going to like every single call. Alrighty, Fitzpatrick to inbound again. Fitzpatrick to inbound to Buchanan. Alrighty, Buchanan's going to slow it down a lot. He's going to give it to Del Judas. Del Judas giving it back to Buchanan. Buchanan looking inside, no cigar, giving it back to Del Judas. Good defense there by Holy, putting pressure on him. But Fitzpatrick underneath again for Classical. Defense so far for South Kingstown in the third quarter has not been as adequate as it has been in the first and second. Now Shepard with the ball. Shepard trying to look for some space, gets the space by Holy's pick. Now Esposito with the ball. Esposito collides. Collides there with St. Frank. But Buchanan is called for the foul. Holland with inbounding, giving it to Esposito. Esposito for three. Oh my God, just another miss by Esposito. Holland with the ball. Holland trying to go inside, just off the mark. Rebound Del Judas. Del Judas is going to lead the charge for Classical. Del Judas giving it to Buchanan. Buchanan for the jump shot. No cigar. Rebound Esposito passing it up to Shepard. Nope. Buchanan with the steal. Now another steal from South Kingstown. Holland with the steal. Holland giving it to Esposito. Esposito's going to go right to the rack. Nope. Passing it off to Shepard. Shepard just off the mark. Almost a rebound there by Esposito. Del Judas is going to go right to the rack. 4-1. Easy bucket there for Classical. All right.
Classical back to the basket on number 23, Edmonton St. Frank.
And McGonigal enters for Holy. Holland to Shepard, back to Holland. Holland back to Shepard, back to Holland. Holland to McGonigal. McGonigal to Purdue. Purdue to Esposito. Back now to McGonigal. McGonigal's going to work inside. Hook shot there. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar right there. And Buchanan throws it up. No good. That shot there by McGonigal was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar-esque right there. And a little jump shot here. Jump shot right there. And we got 2 minutes and 20 seconds till the start of the fourth quarter. So far, South Kingstown down by 3, 33-30. And we'll see what happens in this fourth quarter. Right now, what they got to figure out is defensively. They've gone in the third quarter. You saw a lot of zone from both teams. We'll see if they keep the zone up or if they'll go a little more man-to-man. Should be interesting going forward. South Kingstown, right now, you haven't seen a lot of three-point shots. Esposito has been taking a lot of those three-point shots. Has been just off the mark a couple times, and then a couple times just didn't have a good chance because a great job of contesting the shot by Classical. Alrighty. All right, so the lineup for South Kingstown is going to be number 1, Shane Jedson, number 5, Jaden Esposito, number 20, Eden McGonigal, number 22, Isaiah Hazard, and Classical ball, Del Judas giving it to Harrison. Harrison leading the charge, just in the game, shooting the wall way downtown. Route around, Esposito with the ball, giving it to Jedson. Jedson to McGonigal. McGonigal is going to go inside to Jedson. Jedson fakes the three, going to go right to the basket. Yes, sir. Jedson for the easy bucket there. Red Bulls down by 1. All right, Fitzpatrick now with the ball. Giving it to St. Frank. Back to Harrison. Harrison to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick's going to try to go right to the rack. And that's going to be a traveling. Hooray is going to enter the game for Classical for Fitzpatrick. Jedson inbounding to Shepard. Shepard to Jedson. Back again to Shepard. Back to Jedson. Playing zone. Shepard with the ball. Shepard giving it to Hazard. Hazard to Jedson. Jedson's going to go right to the rack. Double teamed, almost made it, but it's going to be a foul call again. Another foul. Again, a lot of bumps here. And that is Del Judas again. A lot of contact from Del Judas so far today. Since the start of the third quarter, a lot of contact by Del Judas. A lot of contact. All right, Jedson's first free throw is good. Ties it up at 33 apiece. Jedson's second free throw is good as well. Rebels up by 1. but it's a line violation on the Rebels, so the game remains tied. Alrighty. Deljudas to inbound for Classical, giving it to Buchanan. Buchanan with the ball. We're going to look for some space around. Buchanan to Array. Array to Deljudas. Deljudas just moving around almost like a travel there. Giving it to Buchanan. Buchanan just off the mark. Rebound Harrison. Harrison with the putback for Classical. Jedson to now Shepard with the ball. Double team. Giving it to Hazard. Hazard going to give it inside to Esposito now. Giving it to McGonigal. McGonigal's going to try to body his way in. Jump shot again. There you go. Rebels down 1-35. Actually, never mind. 35 apiece with 6:30 left in the game. Harrison giving it to St. Frank. St. Frank to Array. Array, little jumper there. Now Classical up by 2. And now they're going to play, looks like man-to-man here. Esposito to Jedson. Jedson going to give the ball to Esposito. Esposito giving it to Hazard. Hazard's going to try to go in the lane. Jump shot trying to use the backboard. No good. Deljudas going to lead it down the charge. No, sir. Giving it to Buchanan. Buchanan jump shot. No good. Bouncing around. And Harrison comes down with it. I mean, my bad. Buchanan comes down with it. Buchanan to Array. Array looking around. Giving it to Deljudas. Deljudas with a moving around, giving it to Harrison. Harrison for 3, wide open, no good. Hazard with the board. Hazard to Jedson. Guarded by Harrison. Jedson going right to the charge. And that's going to be another foul on Classical. Reaching in again. That is insane. Another reach by Classical. That might have been the 5th reach so far with Classical. Very handsy tonight. Very handsy. I tell you, very handsy. All right, Jedson's going to inbound for the Rebels. Giving it to Esposito. Esposito fakes the 3, trying to go into the lane. Giving it to McGonigal. McGonigal loses the ball. And then Buchanan with the steal. Buchanan's going to go right to the rack again, and he misses. But rebound, St. Frank giving it to Array. Array with the ball now. Giving it to Buchanan. Buchanan back to Array again. Array loses the ball, and Shepard can't lose the control. And then Deljudas with the easy layup there. Now, Shepard with the ball down by 4 with 5 minutes and counting to play. Esposito going to try to find some space, giving it to McGonigal. McGonigal almost loses the ball, and that's going to be a traveling violation on McGonigal. Tough call there for the Rebels, but hey, got to deal with it. Deljudas is going to inbound for Classical. Classical to Buchanan. All right. Buchanan's going to lead it up the court for Classical. Buchanan to Array. Array to Buchanan. Buchanan to Deljudas. Deljudas just looking around, trying to find space, going right to the rack with contact. Deljudas is really using his body to his advantage so far. Shepard with the ball, trying to find space again. Rebels down 6. Hazard with the ball, trying to find some space. Let's see what he can do. Giving it to Jedson. Jedson's going to try to do the same thing. Find space. I'm trying to get contact. And that's going to be a jump ball. That is a very interesting call. Very interesting call. Classical is obviously not happy with the call. Rebels basketball. Some space. Let's see what he can do. Giving it to Jedson. Jedson's going to contact. That is the right call by the referees. Declan Holy has entered the game for the Rebels. Again, Classical being very handsy. They're taking advantage of it, but they just did not get lucky on the call. We'll see what happens. Ref conversation here. I got a perfect view there, and I think it was the right call. Jump ball. Rebels basketball. Now the possession goes over to Classical. All right, entering the game for South Kingstown, number 14, Cam Holland. Entering for Hazard. Esposito is going to inbound. Looking for space. Can't find anybody but finds Hall. Holy for 3. Off the mark. Rebound. McGonigal. McGonigal's trying to body his way out. giving it to Holy. Holy jump shot, and it rolls around. All right. Rebels down by 4, 4 minutes to play and counting. Buchanan with the ball for Classical. Slowing it down, giving it to Harrison. Harrison to Array. Array to Harrison. Harrison to Array. Back to Harrison. Harrison for 3, uncontested. Nope. Holland tries to get the ball. McGonigal tries to save it. Del Judas again. Going right to the rack. No good, but he's fouled by Jedson. That's probably Jedson's 3rd foul. Del Judas again is going to the line. A lot of contact with Del Judas in this game, both sides, when he's been on offense and defense. A lot of contact. Del Judas, first free throw, good. Fitzpatrick coming in for Classical, and Purdue for Rebels. Del Judas is free throw, 2nd, no good. Rebound Jetson, got to speed up quick. Nope, slowing it down, giving to Holland. Holland to Jetson, still plenty of time left, 3:30 and counting. Jetson going right to the rack, passing it out to Holland. Holland fakes the 3, passing it around, giving it to Holy. Holy to Jetson. Jetson almost loses the ball. Jetson out of bounds. Buchanan strips it from Jetson. Rebels ball again. Another touchy play by Classical. Holland with the ball, giving it to McGonigal. McGonigal is trying to body his way, loses the ball, and passes out to Purdue. No chance there. Didn't realize the shot clock. Shepard entering the game for Jedson. Tough call there. Make that. Giving her a little break. And Buchanan's going to give the ball to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick leading it up the court for Classical. Alrighty, Classical passing it to Buchanan. Array with the ball, giving it to Buchanan. Buchanan to Array. Array to Del Judas. Del Judas to Array. Array going to give it to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick giving it to St. Frank. St. Frank to Array. Array for 3. Way, not even close. Holland with the rebound. Hazard with the ball, giving it to McGonigal. McGonigal jump shot, no good, no cigar. Buchanan with the ball. All right, Buchanan leading up the court, giving it to Array. Array's going to go right to the basket, passing it to Fitzpatrick, but he is a traveling violation on Classical. Another call Classical is not happy with. Trying to do the jigger step, no cigar. In this game, refs have done a very good job. All right, Shepard with the ball. He's going to give it to Esposito. Esposito gets a pick from McGonigal. Esposito for 3. Got to use that backboard to his advantage. Esposito rebound, giving it to Hazard. Shepard, my bad. Shepard just off the mark. Rebound Buchanan. Buchanan giving it to Array. Array's going to go right to the hoop again. Loses the ball. No call. No foul, nothing. Loses the ball. Don't got a great view of that, but still Classical basketball. Hazard's going to check in from McGonigal, going another small lineup here. Giving it to Array. Array with contact, gets it to go. Shepard leading up the court for the Rebels, down by with 2 minutes to play. Shepard loses the ball. Kick ball. Kick ball. It's going to be Classical ball. Thought it would have been a kick ball there, but I guess I'm wrong. So Classical basketball. Rebels down by 7 with 1:47 left on the clock. Got to get quick shots. Got to play tough defense. Might want a little extra pressure on them. Shepard defending Buchanan. Buchanan going inside to Array. Array fooling around the ball. Del Judas with the ball. Del Judas is just fighting through contact every single time down the court. And that's going to be a timeout for Coach Herb. I'd recommend on offense for the Rebels is you got 134, down by 8, 46-37. My bad, down by 9. Sorry. Down by 9. So you down 3 possessions. If you trust your three-point shooting here, it's not that hard, but so far you haven't seen a lot of three-point shots, so your best bet is just to go right inside. I'd probably put back Jetson in the game because he's the only one that's really gotten easy opportunity to fight through contact and get right to the rack. You might want McGonigal to try to pick up some double teams if you want. If you got more time, you have McGonigal in the game, you might have him pick up more double teams and pass it outside. But you're going to go with a smaller lineup. See what they come out with for Classical. Going with a smaller lineup for the Rebels. We'll see how this works out for them. Smaller lineup, you got more chances to make three-point shots. You're going to have to fight through some contact, little body bumps here. We'll see if Del Judas comes in the game. So he comes back in the game. Yep, Del Judas is in the game, so they're going to have to fight through him in the middle. He's going to give them a lot of contact. Tyler Robinson to inbound. Tyler Robinson to Jedson. Jedson's going to probably go right to the rack. Yep, like I said, Jedson going right to the rack. Contested there by St. Frank. Good defense. All right. Now Buchanan's going to slow it down. Give it to Array. Steal by Esposito, but it's out of bounds. Tough call there for the Rebels. And it's going to be Classical basketball. Yep, like I said, McGonigal is going to come in for Shepard, give him some height, so then you can get a double team underneath and then pass it out for 3. And Buchanan's going to pass it into Del Judas. Del Judas giving it to Array, almost a steal. Yep, steal there by Hazard, passing it to Jetson. Jetson to Tyler Robinson. Tyler Robinson off the mark. Rebound McGonigal, giving it to Esposito. Esposito, another three-point shot for Esposito, just off the mark. And it's out of bounds. And it's going to be another timeout for South Kingstown. All right, so there's 1 minute left. You down 3 possessions, down by 9 points here for the Rebels. Minute left. I'd say you most likely got to get some three-point shots. What I've seen so far is they haven't been able to make the three-point shots. But what you got to do is Esposito is not afraid to shoot. I'd say try to give him more space, have him take his time with the three-point shooting, and I think he's missed a couple here. I think sooner rather than later he's going to make some here. I won't be surprised if he makes 1 or 2 in the next minute or so. We'll see what type of defense, though, Classical comes out. Because if they play man-to-man, it's going to be tougher to get three-point shots up. And you might want to try to clog up the lane. But with down by 9 points, going to have to get some steals. You're going to have to start thinking about getting traps, steals, fouling, stuff like that. Just to try to inch back because you're down by 9. All right, Del Judas giving it to Buchanan. All right, Buchanan. Stolen by Jetson. Jetson going right to the rack. Easy bucket for South Kingstown. All right, and St. Frank going right to the basket. And Tyler Robinson's going to go right to the basket, passing it out to Jetson. Jetson's going to go right to the basket. Block there. No call. Buchanan's going to lead up the court, probably going to just down. And again, and court looks a little bit slippery, and McGonigal just fell down. Declan Holy's going to come in, and Cam Holland's going to come in. So Jetson and McGonigal out, most likely are just going to come out and foul. right, Del Judas with the ball. He's going to just go right to the rack again. Del Judas again, right to the rack. Holland giving it to Esposito. Esposito for 3, off the mark again. And Buchanan with the ball. And that's all it, folks. All right, it's the end of tonight's game. 50 Classical, 39 Rebels. All right, we'll try to see you back here tomorrow for the ladies' game. It's going to be an interesting matchup tomorrow for the Lady Rebels. All right, I'd like to thank my crew here, the cameraman Sam Gregg, and behind the scenes Matson. I'm Derek DeGal, and I'll be signing off. All right, thank you guys.